how to determine an empirical formula given the mass. So you might see in your chemistry class a question that says, well, a certain compound is 51.2% calcium and 48.8% fluorine, and it'll ask you what's the chemical formula actually. How do you solve this? If you add 100 grams of this substance, you would then have 51.2 grams of calcium. So in 100 grams, you would have 51.2 grams, and the molar mass is 40. So how many moles of calcium would you have? You'd have 1.28 moles. If you had 100 grams of the substance, and then you had 48.8 grams of fluorine, the molar mass of fluorine is 19, and that'll tell you how many moles of fluorine you'd have. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the percent that's given to you and dividing by the molar mass so that you can compare what we can actually compare, which is how many moles you have. Again, remember, we can't compare masses because different atoms have different masses. We need to compare how many moles you have. Once you find out how many moles 100 grams would have, then you just look at the ratio between that number. How many of this compared to that? This number is twice as big as that number. What it means is we have twice as many fluorines. If you don't immediately recognize it, you can take both numbers of moles you just found and divide it by the smaller one. In this case, it's 1.28. So 1.28 divided by 1.28 is 1 calcium. 2.56 or 1.28 is 2 fluorines. So what's our ratio actually? It would be CaF2. Again, this would be the final answer about saying what is the empirical formula. So the general process is, if you're given a question asking you what's the empirical formula, and you're given percentages, just take the percent you're given for each substance, for each element, divide by its molar mass. That'll get you how many moles you have. Do that for both elements. Then you can compare this number here. The ratio between the moles is going to be the chemical formula.